Welcome, welcome, welcome. ASG Radio is back. I got my co-host with me. Shout out to Hank Nation TV. Subscribe to Hank Nation. Subscribe to ASG Radio. Y'all introduce yourselves, man. I think they know who it is, but we're still gonna go through the motions.
Who in the fuck is Thaddeus Shabletree?
Yeah, who is that? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh yeah, I think we both did Dre Dennis reference.
Yeah.
Ah,
Dre had this thing making fun of Dangerous Style. And he was
hey man, Dre went crazy, man.
It ended with this punchline that was like that literally said, like Thaddeus Shabletree. And then he stopped and looked like who in the fuck is Thaddeus Shabletree? It was good, bro. He did it well. I don't do these people justice trying to imitate their shit. I'm a shitty battle rapper.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Dre went crazy though. Dre went crazy.
Shut up.
But
No, tell Smithers to get your wine.
Uh-oh. Introduce yourself.
We can bomb. We can bomb.
We have company.
I got time today, cuz.
We're no longer backstage. We have company. So we're going to behave.
Yeah, I gotta behave in front of the guest.
You gonna introduce yourself, Foss? Or you?
Yeah, it's your boy Foster Child Team U, ASG, Lyrical to Miracle.
Don't undersell yourself, bud. Foster was our man on the ground down in Houston.
Yes.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Live and direct in the thick of things.
And the
ready to report
event.
Back.
The barcode event as well. Yes.
Yeah. That night I really could have been on the ground because that was a rough one, but I made it.
I've been watching the VOD, but I haven't got through all the battles yet.
Well,
I did get through the Fonz battle though, that everybody's been talking about.
Oh, you watched the VOD?
I'm watching it.
Thaddeus, we couldn't get a proper intro from you. What's going on?
You know what it is.
People are going to think you're Thaddeus and you're Clack Screen.
You already know. It's the battle rap Baphomet, Claxavelli, aka Suge White, the one man death row, representing the almighty faculty. And that's my official intro.
I thought Rum Nitty was the Baphomet.
I don't care what these dudes saying. I've been saying that. Go back and watch my footage years ago.
Yeah, Nitty's kind of new to it.
I told somebody on BBL, I think Jordan, I was the battle rap Baphomet.
Oh wow, that's going back there.
Yeah, that's going back. Foster.
But Nitty can have it. See, I got 1 million. I'm not worried about it.
When'd you get back, bro?
Sunday morning.
/afternoon. And that was your first time in Texas?
First time ever in the state of Texas.
And you liked it?
Yeah, it was cool. Short trip. I didn't get, in 2 days or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah.
You don't get a full on experience, but
you can't. Houston's too big for that.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. So, but it was good though. It was good. I'll be back.
I'm telling you, I love the city of Houston. I used to live there. It was just Houston's a beautiful big city with a lot of stuff to do. So if you ever get a chance to go visit Houston, go. I mean, a lot of people run to Atlanta. Atlanta's cool. Go check out Houston.
I've been to Atlanta 2 times by this. I mean, too many times by this point. So.
Yeah. If you want a vacation spot, try Houston. Houston's dope. And you went to the barcode event too, right?
Yeah. That event was crazy. Like,
let's talk about it. What'd you see?
Well, for one, there was a ton of people out there. Like the line it was a crazy line just to get in there. But I mean, there's a lot of big names on that card. So a lot of top notch performances. But yeah, Jackway was on the card. Fonz, Low Soul, A Ward, Scotty, Swamp.
Is this the earphone event or?
Yeah.
So how does that work? For those that don't know.
Well, it's Bluetooth headphones.
Okay. So you bring your own headphones.
No. You buy them. Well, it comes with your ticket.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's part of the door.
That's dope.
I've been to like EDM events that they do that with the headphones and shit.
Okay, so
So it's crazy because it's a dark room. All the headphones are like glow in the dark. So all you see is a bunch of people with green. They were like neon green headphones.
Okay.
Crowd, and the Bluetooth headphones are plugged up to the microphone. Uh,
Linked to the yep.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
every word that the artist says, you hear through your headphones, which is kind of wild because you know
How was the audio quality? That's what I wanted
it
to
was
know.
good. It was
Was it
good.
coming through?
Like I could be in the bathroom or you know how when you go to the bathroom or you go to the bar, you miss shit because
So you could go outside and smoke and still be catching the battle.
yeah. I think they tried to keep people to. Well,
Well,
I guess yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the venue looked like, but I just assumed they had a patio or something. Most places have a smoking patio or some shit.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming the purpose of the headphones is to keep the chatter down because you're not going to be talking to nobody with headphones on.
That's true. That's true.
That probably makes a great atmosphere for a battle.
People make noise, but yeah,
all you get is reaction. You don't
Well-
hear people ain't having side conversations.
because everybody's
Watching the event, I thought that, but then I also thought about how like, and you witness it in the battle, the reactions and stuff in the beginning, in the first couple battles, they're really unsure like when they should react or not because everyone's in headphones and it's, you know what I mean? There's not that like collective energy and stuff.
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
But once a few battles happened and people got cooked and people were just reacting, so then it didn't matter.
right. I guess the only person that would realize that is the battler who's not wearing it, I guess.
Well, you're in the moment too. I'm watching the VOD, like I said, which was their pay-per-view stream, so it's a little bit of a different
VOD.
level. VOD, bruh, you call it a VOD.
VOD. What the fuck is a VOD?
You ain't never heard nobody call it a VOD?
It's a video on demand.
Right, a VOD, a VOD.
Do you call the NBA IMBA?
No, bro, but what I'm telling you is like I like do a lot of shit in like on the other side of like with film production and stuff, and like in that side of things, people quick reference it by calling it a VOD. I'm just gonna be real with you.
You have to be on the production.
I hate that. But yeah,
But and NBA doesn't work because it doesn't have a natural like syllabic sound like that. But there are
VOD's not a word.
I know, but I'm saying there are definitely other acronyms that people shorthand by pronouncing like it's a word.
Foster's
This
a
is a
jerk.
dumb argument. I'm not having this
Foster's
argument.
a jerk.
I need one.
You ain't gonna police my speech.
The VOD. I'm like, is it a VOD?
So Foster. What were some good battles on that? You might not want to go over the whole card because it's just you.
Damn.
Yeah, the standouts.
Damn, what's crazy? I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't very familiar with a lot of the opponents, so they really didn't stick out super crazy because a lot of the names were very. I mean, they're down south artists who I don't follow as well.
Right.
I was pretty hip to Delvo though because he's been on RBE, but go ahead.
He battled Fonz, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Fonz cooked. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you about the. I think his name was Stiff. Pause. He battled Tycoon, I think. He had a bar though, a heat check line that I thought was really lit, and I was just wondering if that bar.
I don't even know if I saw it. That might have been one of the earlier battles.
It was. I think it was the second battle they ran.
Okay, I might not even been in the building for that one because I only really saw everybody that battled names for real. But you said Stiff is the one that actually said it.
Yeah. I just wondered if it hit in the building because.
Oh yeah, I can't even say because I wasn't quite there.
The way they had the audio set up for it, you can't really hear the roar, the level of the roar of the crowd to bars. You can tell when they react, seeing them, but
right.
But he had this line where he was calling out vets, and it worked to me because he went the 3 lines of setup. He was calling out all these vets, getting bigger names in each setup line. And people, you could genuinely see people looking at him like, the fuck is this kid? Like, who does he think he is?
Right.
But then the last line was a punch about how he was taking shots he knew he would never make. It was just a heat check. It just worked.
Okay.
But it hit, and I thought it was nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just rambling, bro. I'm high. You know, I come on here fried as fuck.
Pretty much.
But yeah, no, Fonz was good.
Was Scotty good?
That was the last battle of the night, and by that point, I was just ready. I was pretty ready to go. So he even said that he was because he was running the event, and you know how it is when you're running an event and then you have to battle at the end, like you just have to get through this shit. So to be honest, I don't remember too much about that battle.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was running an event, I'd probably want to battle first or second.
Yeah,
and then focus on.
It would. I mean, technically, it was the main event because it was the only battle that had two like big names. Like all the other ones were like
Swamp. He battled Swamp.
Yeah, Swamp. Whereas everybody else was, up and coming guy and then big names. So it made sense for them to be the main event, but I would hate to have to run an entire event and then battle at the very end. I was definitely ready to go.
And then you had to do you had to go to Summer Madness the next day.
Yeah, which at the time I think I went so hard the day before because I had a lot of spirits the day before because I wasn't certain that I was going, but someone happened to be offering a ticket that they weren't planning on using, so I was able to go for free. So
that's what's up.
I fought through my hangover and got all the way through.
Let me ask you though, Foster. Now you went down there with the mind state you wasn't going to Summer Madness. You were just going to the barcode event, right?
Right.
What would have been your plans if you hadn't have been to Summer Madness? You were just going to chill out, or
I was going to chill and just watch it in the room.
Oh, okay. That's why you
that there were tickets around, I guess, but I really wasn't sweating it that crazy, to be honest.
Okay. How far away did you stay from the event?
Damn. From you talking about Summer Madness?
Yeah.
I was actually really close. Well, I stayed in two different rooms. I had one room the first night, and then the second night I stayed close to the airport. So I think I ended up staying.
That's big balling right there.
Nah, I just worked the way the chips fell. But I think the ride to the barcode event was about 20 minutes. I think both times it took about 20, 25 minutes to get to it.
Nothing is close to each other in Houston.
Yeah. No, but what's crazy, the first night, the place that I stayed at the first night was right downtown.
Uh-huh.
That would have been close to Summer Madness, but it also would have been a lot further from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Airport is not close.
Airport is on the north side.
Yes. George Bush is on the.
Yeah, and downtown is like halfway to. You're almost south when you hit downtown.
Yep.
So I used to live there, so
you already know how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
But first night I stayed really close to the Toyota Center. It was pretty cool. Like I could literally look right out and see the front of the Toyota Center.
So any standout battles from the barcode event? Though?
Barcode.
Obviously a lot of people are talking about Fonz. I see that.
Yeah, Fonz was really good. Loso was pretty good. I guess I'll give Twerk his credit. I didn't even mention him as one of the battles, but I guess I'll give Twerk his credit.
Was Twerk good? Was it good?
He was good. He was good. A-War was good. Kind of everybody you would expect to be good was good. But like I said,
shout out to A-War, shameless plug. He'll be on Bar Wars October 9th.
Right. Yeah. That's next week.
It's next weekend.
That's next week.
It's 2 weekends.
2 weekends, not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after this.
Yeah.
This
Next
weekend is October 2nd coming
That's
up.
right.
This Saturday is October 2nd.
Yeah, so not this weekend, but next.
Are you going to see Noah Michael Ice October 2nd?
I don't even know when that is. That's the second.
That's
It
the
got pushed
Saturday
to the
coming up.
second. It's supposed to
Oh,
happen
okay.
last night, but
Right.
Ice had some family stuff come up or something, I guess. So
Right. I don't know.
Let me know, man. If you make your mind up during the week, let me know.
why you going, June?
Yeah. If
I'll
Foster
go.
goes, I definitely go.
I'll go if you guys go. I'll drive all the way down there if you guys go.
There it is.
ASG cast in the building.
Yeah. I gotta
We should-
plug
should-
cities and stuff to record before that, but I'll be out in the street already. So
We should what, class?
I was gonna say we should just invade their live stream on some NWO shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, are they doing? Are they gonna be? Is that gonna be a? Okay, so that's gonna be a routine.
I think that's gonna be every event they're gonna live stream.
Oh wow, that should grow the platform. I think there was a lot of people watching, and it wasn't like even the no battle was to the caliber of a Ice and Noah, so that should be pretty.
It's very strategic. I like that.
I think the revamp that both leagues are that I've been privy to hearing about that both leagues are making are going to be big for the scene in general next year going forward.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good to hear.
Let's talk Summer Madness, man.
I was about to get into it.
Yeah.
I missed a lot. I had to work, so I couldn't really catch everything. First battle was the real name Brandon versus MVP, I believe. Am I correct?
Yes.
And Foster, were you in the building when that happened?
Nope, I was on my way.
Figures.
I'm not gonna lie, I missed it on caffeine too. I was finishing up a business call. I only caught the end of it.
Well, we all know real name Brandon won.
Correct.
I heard that MVP was complaining about the time limit. Did y'all hear anything about that?
Sound like Brandon was getting prepared before he beat next.
And what makes you say that, Foster?
No, honestly, I didn't see a single second of the battle.
Okay.
But for Brandon to be going over the time limit in that short period of time, I mean, I guess he didn't have to. He had a whole week. Well, I won't get into that. I don't know. I need to see the battle because I've been hearing that Brandon was definitely commanding the crowd, and MVP wasn't quite as seasoned and ready for that because he was like waiting for reaction, maybe.
Big mistake, if that's the case.
Yes.
Just rap.
It's a bad habit, but it's kind of natural though. I understand.
I'm not saying this pertains to MVP, but let's just be real. There are a lot of work rate battlers that are great battlers, come with 3 fire rounds every time, all kinds of good bars. But they just do not know how to command a big stage crowd, and they just never will. Again, I'm not saying that's MVP. In fact, like I said, I did not see the battle. I'm not going to comment on that. But I'm saying in those situations, when you put them against somebody who has a better understanding of how to command that big stage, it's always going to be an uphill battle.
It's crazy because I would venture to say MVP has more experience in the matter of a bigger stage because he has battled on some pretty big street status cards. But I think that Brandon probably has a lot more people in his corner that are seasoned in that regard because he's EFB. So he worked with Gichi and I don't know how close he is with B Magic, but these are guys that have been around since. Well, B Magic's been around for a long time. Gichi has been on every big card since he's been popular. So
I'm gonna watch the bootleg tonight.
I kind of want to just wait for the app and because I want to get my app's worth out I don't know if y'all got. Well, June, you got the app, right?
For sure.
You got the app.
Look at that.
But
I mean,
yeah,
I watch it on the app when it drops. If I watch some on bootleg, I always give it
to
my
watch it
view.
back.
Yeah, like even if I don't actually watch it, I literally will let it play all the way through, so it like still gets my view. But like,
Right.
I didn't get to see the battle. I want to see it.
So
I'm
you'll
gonna
watch
watch
it.
a bootleg. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna watch a fucking bootleg.
See, I think
wanna
if I
see the
watch
battle.
some of those bootlegs, I'll never go back to them because I don't know. First of all, I hate.
I don't know. I'm a battler. I'm a battler, and I know like views and analytics count. So like, I feel like I'm shortchanging a battler by not giving them their little stat. So that's why I'll let it run in the background, even if I'm not watching it again.
Yeah, yeah. One thing about being a content creator, I always give it that like, regardless. Sometimes I'll
Right.
give it a like and then get the fuck on. But unless it's
Yeah.
some bullshit, then I might dislike it. But for the most part, I give it its like because I know the importance of that too. So I
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So we didn't see that first battle. The second battle,
Lou Castro versus Ars, I believe.
yeah. I thought Ars was about to be well. I can't say I thought he was going to be horrible, but I feel like he came out the gate slow. Um, and but I think by the end of it, they had put together a pretty decent performance.
You feel Lou first and third?
Yeah,
That's where I had it.
yeah. I think that was the consensus. Was first and third. I think they showed some pretty cool showmanship. I don't like all the contact. I feel like that's OD, but I guess if you have that understanding that we're gonna push each other all over the stage, and it'd be fun.
I think when he went through this for the shoulder check the second time when Lou did, and Arsenal like got ready for it, braced for it. That was like OD. That was over.
That was extra as fuck. But the crowd loved it though.
No, that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you feel this is how I feel? Like Lou won the battle regardless, even for the people saying Ars won 2-1, because I feel like that moment, that Summer Madness moment in the third, like solidified Lou on that stage. Like Lou's going to get big plates and be a big stage player going forward. He's solidified. To the fans, to not just to the company, but to the fans. Like he had his moment. Moments are big now. We know that, whether right or wrong, they're big in battle rap.
Term, but yeah, it's so real though.
But see, I like that. I like that because that's like, even if you're like planning that this could be a moment, it's more organic that way. The bringing out props or bringing out a person from somebody's like real life shit like that to create an artificial moment, that's like corny to me. I felt like the Lou Ars moment still felt natural and organic in the moment and shit. So that's when those moments happen, that's what, to me,
and they had zero real animosity or history, which helped.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas I don't think that KShine and Hollow could have produced that same situation because they kind of did with the boxing gloves, but even then, even the ones where they appear to have serious issues, these guys go out to eat together and hang out and party. It don't be that real shit, which is good.
I mean, obviously there are a few instances that are,
yeah.
but 9 times out of 10, no, not at all.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that was a good battle. I was still kind of feeling it at that point, so I was kind of pacing. I couldn't stand in one place still, but I don't know. Those big stage events are so fucking long. No.
You dreaded that.
Yeah, going into it, yeah. Which is why I was almost at peace with not going, but I'm glad I did. I did go and get the experience.
Before we go forward, do you feel like it was one of the better Summer Madnesses overall?
I have no idea. I mean, I've only been to one.
Well, I don't mean being
in
there,
general.
but,
I don't know. It's hard to. I'd have to recall it. Probably not.
You don't, June?
No.
No, I don't think it was.
Maybe not one of their better ones in the lineage of it, but I thought it was a step up from the last couple to me.
Well, the last one.
I'm not saying it's not a bad one. I'm not saying it was a bad one. I'm just saying it's not the best one. No.
There's been some legend. I mean, you got to think out of 11.
It's some legendary ones.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah, I mean,
this one wasn't bad. It just wasn't.
I like this one because I like that Luke, like I said, kind of established himself. I felt like the next battle that we're about to get into was a certified classic, in my opinion. Like that's a battle I'll watch back several times. The Chess
oh,
and
really?
Easy
Wow.
battle.
How long was that battle?
I like that battle. You didn't like that battle? I thought both of them. I thought the lightest round was Easy's third, and he still had a few solid lines in it. But I thought basically it was just a back and forth dogfight. Probably the most competitive and like consistent battle
I
of
saw
how
the
the
whole
first
night.
round. I saw the
How
first
long
round.
was it though?
I don't know, probably like 40 minutes with everything included, roughly.
Everything in it, yeah.
Maybe not
You
even
missed
that.
it, Foster?
Maybe only 30.
I was there. No, I mean, I'm just asking from. I don't time them, but I know if you're watching something on a video, you really look and say, "Oh, 50 minutes, damn!" Like,
I don't mind watching like a long battle multiple times if it's really fire.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, too many of these long ass battles be mid as fuck. That battle's can like legit top shelf to me. I'll watch that motherfucker a few more times for sure.
How'd you feel about the battle, Foster?
it was good. Like, I was really like super locked into like the first round.
I saw the first round. First round
Yeah.
was crazy from both.
And then other than that, I'm hearing things as I'm kind of moving around and shit like that. But Chess is amazing. In his first round really felt unbeatable until Easy went.
Yes. Yeah.
And somehow made it
Made it debatable.
debatable, yeah. But battles like that, I gotta sit down and really listen to bar for bar. Like there's too many bars over a 40, 50-minute battle to really sit here and say he won, he didn't. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even calling a winner, but like
Yeah.
that's just a fire fucking battle to me, bro.
yeah, that battle was supposed to be. That was one of those battles that like it had to be good. There was no way in hell it was going to be lackluster. Right. Unlike the Mook and Reed, where you kind of felt some bullshit coming. Like
I don't want to talk about Mook.
Unfortunately, I had a chance to watch that battle.
Huh.
I missed the other ones.
I want to watch it back.
Let me know how it is.
Watching that battle.
Let me know how it is, man. I ain't watching.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it back just because there's a lot of influence in the building when you're there. It depending on who you're standing by and just your focus. Like I don't know, maybe I got ADD. I can't because at that point in the night, I'm like, damn, we got this battle and then another battle. Like I'd be ready to go. I'd be like that even at small events. I don't know if it's my antisocial kicks in, but I'd be like ready to get the fuck on at these events. But anyway, I kind of want to see how Mook's material ages after just really listening to it and being able to lock in and not have other influences around me. Because like I said, you get around some of these people and they're like, oh, you can't even really focus on it for real. But in the building, I feel like the way Mook delivered it was fucked up more so than the words coming out of his mouth.
But it's like he was like really didn't care. He was.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I thought he was drunk. I thought he delivered it like he was under the influence.
Yeah. I felt like he. Yeah, I felt like he didn't care whether he was under the influence or not. I just felt like he did not care. It
didn't have a feel to it. It was just like I'm here. Yeah.
It's crazy not to go down this rabbit hole too far, but it's like Lux tries to really be fire every time out, and more it feels like Mook's phoning it in. And 10 years down the road, the way they're will be looked at compared to how they were before they came back to the scene and stuff is kind of crazy to me.
I feel like Lux has had some bullshit performances too, though, kind of. First of all, Mook kicked his ass.
I feel like okay, well, we can debate that at some point, but I feel like the only thing that Lux has happen is that sometimes he loses you with the pen, like similar to Daylight, where they try too hard to be Like they try too hard to be them and have these just crazy and never-ending like rhymes and shit. And that's what happened. But that's different than phoning it in to me. I haven't felt like a single Lux battle since he's come back. He was phoning it in. I felt like he was genuinely trying and cared about doing
wanted
well
to
in the
see.
battle.
I wanted to see Mook versus Rock Mook.
Yeah, but that wasn't gonna happen in a room with 2,500.
But did you notice like the conviction he had versus Rock? Like he really wanted the battle. It just seemed like he was there because.
This is why I hate big room battles because how do you go about even close to recreating that in a totally different setting?
No, I'm not saying recreating it. I'm talking about the energy behind it. Like it just seemed like he was just there. Like it wasn't. It was like, okay, me versus Rock. He seemed like he wanted to battle rap. He wanted to rap that night.
Right.
Summer Madness, it just seemed like it was just okay. We got it booked. It's a check. Let's just do it.
Yeah, it was definitely a different energy going into the battle. Until they started doing those Angry Fan lives with all the Philly people, I don't think anybody gave a fuck about that battle.
No.
They sold.
They sold the fuck out of that battle. He earned his paycheck selling the battle.
Yeah. Eventually. But,
was that the next battle? We just jumped around.
We went from Easy and Chess to what was next?
The next.
But who y'all have winning that battle? Easy versus Chess.
No winner. The culture. To be cliche, the culture wins with that one.
Foster.
I definitely prefer Chess's style, as far as his complexity and the way he comes up with shit. But I'm not mad at anybody that says Easy because Easy fought back every round. Yeah.
I think Easy's at a point where give him what he wants. Line him up with whoever. Same for Chess.
Yeah, no, both for sure.
Yeah, it's no longer you're no longer this rookie or this, that, and other. You have arrived. So
I agree.
Line him up.
We went straight into Surf and John after that, right?
Oh, you're saying that's
Foster may not want to talk about this. I don't know how he's feeling, but I know he was pretty let down at that battle.
But that is the next battle that happened, right?
It should be. I don't give me the line.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Unless
Foster, you said John would win.
Yeah, you're crazy.
No, Surf was great.
It's my shit.
I feel like no, Surf has some crazy moments, and it brought you back to, oh, okay, this is what Surf is like in front of 2,500 people. I think that John's material was better than people are giving it credit for, but yeah, I mean, Surf definitely commanded the crowd better. But John wasn't bad. It just left you expecting more.
John's material was good, but I felt like right from the moment he came out, he had like a weird energy to him. Not like the Mook energy of being like whatever about it. He just had this weird energy, like he in his head he had already like lost because of the crowd. And so like
they didn't give him no love in that
but I also felt like he wasn't selling it really in the first round either, because he was just kind of like spitting it, expecting them not to give him no love, so he didn't have like that oomph with it.
And he had a lot of he came out the gate with a lot of "you got shot" bars, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. But yeah, weird, I will say after Surf went the first time, I feel like there was a group of people that were just flat out like just talking and like, well, John's about it. Or maybe it was after his second and they knew that Surf, in their mind, that Surf was already up 2-0. Even though John's second, I feel like people are giving
good.
Yeah, this John's second was good.
Yeah, it was really good. I like that on second.
Um,
I think that battle illustrates though how like is a good example of how going first or second really matters. I think John Dunn actually would have got more love if he went second. They basically gave him no love in the first because everybody was on bated breath
They was
waiting to
waiting
hear
for
from
Surf.
Surf
I wasn't,
and
but
shit.
anyway, he was good though.
Surf is good.
He was angling.
It was a good Surf.
That shit didn't feel like
Scheming.
scheming. That shit didn't feel like Surf, but that's neither here nor there.
And
And
then Bad-
John John put up a lot of good points that made you wonder, was he writing with somebody?
Oh, I just assumed that a lot of those top dudes that like are besties write together. I mean, even in the low,
John trying to put it out there and for people to be like, well, Surf spazzing, like, that don't sit right with me. But it is what it is. Surf has not been that good since.
Listen,
Gichi.
this is a battle that right now in the moment everybody's gonna act like Surf landsided, and then 2 years from now when it gets revisited, people will talk about how close it is. That's what this battle is. It's one of those. Because a lot of fans in the culture are prisoners of the moment and the way the hype built for this fight and would Surf show up or not.
Right.
And shit. And Surf's one of those people. I did think Surf was good, but Surf is one of those people like a hitman that can give you they'll give you a line and get a huge reaction that if even a Chess delivered it, people would look at him like,
no, well, that's a bad example because Chess, the crowd loves Chess too.
No, they do love Chess, but my point is he's known for such a high level of pen.
Oh,
that's
right.
What I'm saying. They'd look at him like, really, bro, you're better than that.
Right.
But somebody like a Surf or a Hitman can deliver that same line and get a huge reaction.
Especially Hitman.
That's just part of battle rap and part of the culture and people having fan favorites and people having certain stature. It's not going nowhere, and I'm not bemoaning it or saying it shouldn't be there, but it's just the truth of it. So that's why in the prisoner of the moment, everybody's like, so like Surf killed it, but 2 years from now they'll be like, Surf's material was solid, but John had some shit too. That battle's like, it's just one of them to me.
I appreciated both of them though, because as much as I dog Surf, I was impressed with some shit that he was saying where I was like, who the fuck wrote that? I think in the middle of the battle, I was like, I'm just saying, it was. But I mean, when you battle once a year, I guess you can load up some of your best shit. And
I mean, he had some really fire shit. I wasn't trying to act like he had a bunch of simple shit. He had some fire shit. I'm just, you get what I'm saying, like, and it's.
I was there. Trust me, I know how it went. You know what I mean? As far as the crowd being waiting for to flow.
And it's like they're so ready to react to the first punch that even if it's not truly a haymaker, if it's even a decent fucking hook, like they're gonna erupt like it's a haymaker. Like, but that's why I advocate for this shit to be compared to fucking wrestling. Whether you're into wrestling or not, because I don't watch the shit. The business model and the way the talent works is the same thing. Once you're established enough, like Hulk Hogan in his final run, he didn't have to go out there and have good matches. He had to go out there and do his 3 signature moves, and the crowd would just wait for them to happen, erupt to them, and match over. That's where we're at in battle rap for some of these dudes.
Yeah,
they don't have to be hungry at all anymore. They're the top of the card. They're the top draw, and they can just go out, do their couple little moves as vets, and finish the shit out. Like,
it's a damn shame.
That's why I kind of like the small room a little bit.
That's why I like smaller leagues. I mean, I don't just watch any old fucking league. There's 10,000, but stuff like Gates of the Garden, I get more excited when about their new shit dropping than I do URL shit. I'm just gonna be 100 about it.
Oh yeah, that's only. I feel the same exact way.
I used to feel that way about Trap House when New Mercy dropped something.
Yeah.
I was tuned in. There was a point where whenever there's some drop, I was on it.
Man, there was a point where We Go Hard, Trap House,
Yeah,
Brooklyn Mike Club. There was a few East Coast leagues all at once that just you had to tune in and stuff for sure.
Yeah, Brooklyn Mike Club fell off the face of the earth.
But see, the thing is, not everyone feels that way. I mean, you see it, Foster. You're in a lot of the battle groups. So a lot of these dudes will not watch it. They won't even watch some of these app only events because they're like, "Who are these scrubs?"
We're
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So not everybody feels like we do and wants to watch the more hungry guys. Some dudes just want to watch.
Yeah, I mean that only makes sense. That's hence the reason why some leagues have 500,000 subscribers and some leagues have 5,000 subscribers.
Right.
Obviously, everybody ain't watching them, but yeah, some of the best battles definitely happen on lower leagues because it's not necessarily less quality. It's just kind of more who's marketed, to be.
Well, let's do this right. When we all have the app, we'll revisit a couple of these battles. Not the whole card, but a couple of these battles where the people are talking about the chess versus Easy. We'll watch that, and we'll watch the Surf versus John the Don, and we'll also watch this next battle we're going to talk about because we already talked about Mook and Reed. Let's get into Gichi versus Calico.
You didn't want to touch on Shine and Hollow?
I forgot about that. Let's do that first. I forgot about that one. Let's jump into Shine and Hollow first.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I thought the battle was lackluster, so I don't even have much to say about it. I thought Hollow started out strong, and this is the one thing I wanted to ask you because you were there, Foster. What happened? Because he was in good spirits and like cooking, and then at some point he was upset about something, and then he like walked off in his third, like
at the very end,
at the end, not during the third, but like he was pretty much like end bar, fuck this, I'm out. So like
that was really weird, and then the whole and then the whole boxing, but that was kind of fun and happy-go-lucky, wasn't it? Like the whole put the glove.
I mean, I think in general, Hollow gets that this shit is he's just an entertainer. Like, not to say he's not about shit, but I'm saying so of course he's not like, he's gonna be cool. But
he that was his prop, so he was supposed
to.
No.
I don't think that's what upset him. I think he was upset before that.
Clearly, visible that I could see.
I don't know what it was. I'm just saying that battle started out good on his end. I thought KShine was lackluster, period, across the whole battle. I don't know what Shine needs to do. I mean, he's getting paid way more than I am, so I can't tell him what to do. But the consensus seems to be that he is, was very lackluster in that battle.
Because the last battle before that was a chiller battle. And the consensus is he got 30 in that one, so everybody was ready for him to,
show off on this stage.
He wasn't that good in the Pat Stay battle either, really.
No,
Pat was just horrible in that battle too.
Right.
I thought he was good versus Pat Stay, and I thought he was good before versus Chess, the battle before that.
I didn't think he was horrible against Pat. I just didn't think he was like up to his normal standard. I think if he'd have got a game Pat, he wouldn't have won that battle.
Probably. I don't know why in the moment me and you, June, liked his performance, but a lot of people did think it was kind of shitty. I don't know.
Versus Pat?
Yeah.
I thought he did good versus Pat. I gotta watch it again.
He did
maybe because Pat was just horrible, but
I think Pat kind of made him look better.
That's what I'm saying.
Pat was horrible.
Shine wasn't horrible in that battle, but if he faces someone on their A game, he probably doesn't win. A lot of those bars are like simple, and I don't know.
They always have. Shine has never been a amazing lyricist.
He's been energetic and just kind of witty,
which is why I expected him to go crazy on Summer Madness, but
I think he's kind of in a position where like his style, I won't want to say run its course, but his styles just needs an update because, you already know trends in battle rap change and the way people like deliver a punch or the way they like conceptualize their angles and shit, and just maybe that style is not what's in favor at the moment.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's not really that he's doing much different as much as it is that it's just not hitting the same. It feels
Right.
like.
Yeah. I can't put my finger on like he needs to do this. I
Right,
really.
right. Yeah, I
So
don't fucking know.
I'm
I'm nobody. Don't ask me.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of times we as the consumer put so much emphasis on how much of a tear he's been on, then when he not up to that, it's like we lose interest. We lose interest fast.
yeah.
And then they have to be basically amazing to get us back. So maybe
Right.
that's the case.
I,
But
I
I really fuck with Hollow's humor though. I feel like the funny shit or just the way he was delivering it. Oh, like the speech impediment where he said
Yeah. Meets again.
Michigan, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Because
Meets
Hollow
again.
doesn't rap like anybody,
Right.
and that's one thing that you could always appreciate about him is that Hollow has always been Hollow, even if you don't love everything or feel like it's normal cookie cutter battle rap. Um, he's definitely a showman. But yeah, that was weird, and there was nothing that I could pinpoint to and say, oh, this is the reason why Hollow was upset.
yeah,
It could
I
it
couldn't
could have
see
been
it
something
watching it either. I'm just like, what happened?
yeah, yeah, it was it could have been something very subtle or
Right,
some bullshit that happened right before, like you hear these
right.
stories about some shit and you'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense why he was pissed at the end of the battle. But he pretty much um was in control the whole time. There's no point where I was like, uh-oh, Hollow might yeah, that shit just was not hitting for KShine. So it's the last battle, Gichi and Calico.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out to the motherfucking glove main event and another
Yeah,
summer madness.
yeah. I actually thought that Mook and Reed were gonna go last, so I was kind of disappointed uh, when Cal was still standing in the crowd when they started introing. I was like, well, I guess we gotta wait to the end because I think a lot of people would have left out. Well, Mook and Reed were kind of clearing out that room. I'm like, damn, is everybody leaving? But they just kind of circled around when Gichi and Cal went. I think they did that because they knew that Gichi and Cal were going to efficiently be able to bring it home, and I think they did a pretty good job of it. I'm definitely happy with Cal's performance. Um, I think Gichi gave us one really good round, right?
Second.
I think his first was good too,
His
though.
first was good. His first was
Yeah.
good, but his second was amazing.
His second, he angled really well. And then the third, Gichi kind of fucked up, and Cal just kind of brought it home. But Cal's had a good year. Did he battle Verb this year,
I think that was
or was that late last
year.
year?
That was last year.
Was that last year? But his last three, I mean, Verb, Hitman, and Gichi. Could you
Amazing.
have it better? Oh, Hollow was having mic issues. He made a comment about Caffeine needing to fix his shit. And he may have been okay. So that's what it was. The mic. That actually makes sense.
All right.
But yeah, so no, I was really happy with Cal's performance and Gichi. Gichi did Gichi. I think Gichi is starting to become really bait. Like I remember a good 5-6 punchlines that I was able to say with him because they were just that obvious. But it works though. It definitely works. He had a style that was what Mook and Reed needed more of. That was crowd friendly and easily digestible. So, but it was that was one of the better battles of the night. It was, I think, was that the second best other than other than Chess and Easy?
Probably. I don't know. I've seen some people saying Lou Ars
Lou Ars
was their second favorite.
And they had that middle of that was the second battle.
I like Cal and Gichi as the second best, but I'm always super hyped when you actually get a serious Cal.
Right, yeah.
I think
that's
Cal can hang with anyone when he actually wants to fucking
right.
battle and not just spit a mixtape verse.
His whole thing was URL was calling him too late, and he finally put his foot down and said, "You're not going to call me with 20 days left to battle somebody unless you want to pay me a shit ton of money." And I think that was his gripe for a while, because you think these battles are booked like crazy in advance, but you hear about all these horror stories about, oh yeah, but I didn't get paid until we talked about the battle, but I didn't get my deposit until 2 weeks before. And it's like, these battlers don't start writing until that deposit hits. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that, from big leagues, where you think like, oh yeah, I'm sure they're very organized, and it's like, no, it's not the way it is.
I know that firsthand. So
you already know. So yeah, that was Summer Madness. That was a good event. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the event as a whole?
No, but I see that Ice commented saying that Jim's said his style's played out, and he asked if that's the case with Shine. And I would say that, like, yeah, that's what I'm getting at anyway.
You said what? Oh, you see something on Facebook?
Yeah, he asked about Shine's style being played out, which is what I was kind of saying anyway and touching on. I just think that, like, because it's more than just punching, right? It's the way you structure the punch too, right? You know what I mean? Like, punchers punch different. Right. And so there's a standard simile punchline. Such and such is like this punchline. Right. But now we've seen more and more really good punchers evolve that style, remove the like from it, remove the way the punch is structured. Sometimes the punchline comes before what makes you understand why it's the punchline, if you get what I'm saying. Yes. Like, and so Shine is still very much such and such is like such and such punchline. And I feel the more and more battlers are taking punchlines in different directions, the new punchers that are coming into the scene at the high level, it's causing Shine's style to become a little played out in the moment. Yeah. So that would be my, like, opinion on it, observing it. But who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking nobody. So
did you guys think that Cal's first was super indirect?
I actually I didn't think he said anything too crazy in the first, where I thought Gichi was a little bit more direct. I actually was leaning toward Gichi in the first.
Oh yeah.
But I have to see it again though.
Let's have I have a real question about this. I literally was thinking about this today because of a comment I saw, and then you asked that. What are we defining as direct? I mean, obviously we can all spot when something's a really generic mixtape verse, right, and like call that out. But if you don't have a bunch of name flips or a bunch of angles, but you're barking on someone, talking real disrespectful to them and little dogging them, is that still being direct enough? Like,
that's direct enough. It's
the way you drew it out, that sounded direct. I didn't feel that it was indirect.
Because I would say I was just gonna say about Cal, I feel like it wasn't so much that his content was like super aimed at Gichi, but it was kind of playing the angle in the first round of being like, yeah, you got some stripes as a gangster, but I'm gonna still bark on you. Like, to me, it was still he was still direct in the optics and the psychology of his first round.
Right. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I'd have to watch it back. But the way you're describing Castro as a mixtape, I didn't feel mixtape. I didn't feel maybe he just raps really good, and that just hides the fact that he's not always talking directly about Gichi. But I don't know. I
didn't think it was a mixtape. I really thought it was just some like slick gangster talk on some. Yeah. I'm still the big dog. I'm still the big homie. Right. Like, you're Gichi, but I'm still Cal, the big homie.
Maybe, I think that's just the way Cal comes across. Like, yeah, like you said, name flips. some people hate name flips. Like that shit is like they do not fuck with name flips. So I feel like yes, that would be direct because you're saying their name, but is that supposed to be more impressive than somebody who finds a different way to attack their opponent? I don't know. I'm more keen to be able to really see what he was talking about. But
I'm definitely gonna rewatch this. Definitely.
Yeah. Gichi and Cal definitely rap two totally different ways.
Yeah.
That's not direct. You gotta say something about your part. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't look at it that way.
I'm not mad at that perspective. I'm not. At the end of the day, battle rap is ultimately fucking subjective. Like there are definitely certain like lines that we all, as a collective culture, know are the defining lines, but within that, shit is subjective. So I mean, I can understand why some people didn't feel it was direct enough, and I can feel why other people would have no problem with it. So
some of the craziest material is not direct at all. Like when JC said that Timberland to Chilla. Or one thing, the follow him like a high speed, the chopper follow him like a high speed chase. That was indirect as fuck. But
when you see the big punchlines of battle rap being quoted, it's almost never a fucking name flip or a bar that's direct. It's almost always something that a casual fan could like understand and react to, and shit. And those are always generic bars. I don't know. I guess I feel some type of way because I'm not a very direct battler in my style. You get what I'm saying?
I want you to like my stuff.
No, it's not. You don't gotta like my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the point that like I'm not gonna dig dirt on these dudes. I'm still battling a lot of low level dudes who don't have a shit ton of like history in the scene to call back on. I'm not gonna fucking go out of my way to dig dirt. That shit's corny to me. So most of the time, I'm just gonna bark on you with a lot of fucking slick like lines and shit like that. Like,
yeah, I'm tired of hearing about every female in battle rap fucking Beasley. Like, this dude's just having sex with all the female battle rappers. Like, what a
and the male ones though, like
nobody can have nothing.
Man,
Beasley got a fun house and a whole house.
Right. Yeah, it's just Freak Nick 365 in Beasley's house.
Freaky bees.
Yeah, Bees doing them all.
He's like anthem.
Bees in the trap.
Yeah. Is he getting any work done, or does he just slam just every female like all day? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
So I'll say though,
every battle though, like I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'ma just like to end it up. I'ma call it that battle to Cal. I'm not mad if anybody calls it to Gichi, but it was close enough to me that I'm going with the home team and giving it to Cal.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you gotta lean that way.
But I love Gichi's second verse.
It was crazy.
That second round was crazy. Not even just the haymaker at the end, but just
Brad, the best prep line. Like nobody's gonna be able to top the prep line. That's the best one.
But if you notice,
was that the second round?
Yeah, but if you notice, Cal always has said we had 6 bitches. Yeah, so 6 was the number.
I know. Yeah, it worked out perfect.
It wasn't a reach. It's 6 is that number.
Yes,
the exact number that he said was there.
Yeah, it worked out perfect. It worked out perfect, right?
That Illuminati shit. That's that inner ritual that you
but my point is like, with current event lines, to me, I feel like some people do them, but then there's always a big one, and then it's like now they're dead. And to me, it's like you can't really top that prep line.
No,
no more prep lines.
And when if he has a haymaker and he ends it, and when it's real, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When Gichi
I'm sure he cuts lines just so it works.
But sometimes he has a punch and he'll go into the end of it and it's not crazy. Right. It's like, okay, but it's even crazier when he has a haymaker and that's the end. And when it's real, that shit is just crazy, man.
Is that always in a third, or that can be in any round?
He do it in any round. It just doesn't matter.
Because his third was horrible. I had a talk with somebody that they said that he probably switched his second and third. That was probably his third. It felt like the battle was over, like his rounds were over after that second round. So I think he switched.
Well, he definitely said the same bar like 4 times in that third. You knew it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because even Cal looked at him like, what are you doing? Like you're fucking up right now.
But he still showed some veteran poise because he fucking like found his way through it a little bit, like the situation, and got out of there and didn't fuck up the footage too bad. So at some point when you know like you're choking, like you just have to. I hate when battlers want to for real sit there for 10 minutes, like hold on, I got it. Like bro, at some point like you're ruining the footage. Like at some point you lost your moment. Just call it.
Sometimes they do it when they're like deep into their round. It's like, dude, just cut it. You can still win the round. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, and that's a perfect segue into Sunday's battles because that is exactly basically what happened with Rosenberg Raw and has everybody discussing the judging system.
Right. Go ahead. What was the first battle? I think I missed it. Didn't I miss the first? Oh, the Enes and Dub.
Yeah, the first battle was Enes and Dub. I like that battle. If Enes comes with three rounds like his first round, he could really be fired like an actual, you know what I mean, legitimate threat still over there in the East Coast. I thought his rounds like tapered off. Each round felt less effective and shorter in time. So, and Dub felt like each round of his got stronger. So I thought it was pretty clear Dub won the battle, but the first round from Ness was real fucking nice.
I think Dub beat Jay Murder, in my opinion. He damn near should be 2-0, but
I'm a big fan of Jay Murder and his style, so
I like
that matter the Jay Murder.
You guys kind of have the same persona in a way, kind of. Not really, but
I get what you're saying.
what is
it's just more of a fuck you, I don't give a fuck aggressive style.
Okay. There you
go. You heard?
The way we rap is way different, but our demeanor is similar in the way. Yeah, I get it.
They always look like you hate your life in the midst of it.
I'll be working up here.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, and then the second battle I saw. Oh, okay, so the second battle was Rosenberg and City.
Wow, now this was this was weird. Like, not the battle itself, but the judging of the battle has been a topic of discussion.
If you like that wordy lyrical stuff, I can see maybe how you could have given City every round, like you were saying that the one guy gave City every round, because Rosenberg still doesn't say a lot of amazing shit. It's a lot of I'll beat you the fuck up. He said. The one thing that was really funny is he said that City was the first person to be too short to guard a point guard. I mean, City admits he's 5'2". That is really fucking short.
Yeah.
But
City does own it though, so.
Well, he has to.
Well, obviously, I get it.
I
but...
mean,
I mean, some people
can't lie about it.
It still visibly bothers him, but yeah, I mean, he's been short his entire life.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like he can say, "Oh, you're 5'2". Well, it's a preference. I mean, the 5'2", 5'6".
But yeah, Rosenberg definitely had a nasty situation in the third, which ultimately hurt him.
He tried to freestyle.
It's what you were saying though. Like, you did enough. Just cut the round.
He could have ended the round. And
even if he loses the round, the scoring goes different. If he just cuts.
You think so?
But he said enough though. It wasn't a short round.
I can't.
Okay, so he was on Angry Fan with Cap today, and this is how he laid it out, and why he feels that it shouldn't have been deducted. This is his argument. He said that he was contracted. They're all contracted to do 2 minutes per round. He says if you watch the round, it's 2 minutes worth of material. anything that after that he tries to freestyle, kind of fucks it up and cuts it anyway. They thought he choked with his like ending, but it's a freestyle. And his argument is because he was contracted for 2 minutes and he delivered a full 2 minutes, he delivered a full round.
You got to cut that.
Shit.
You can't drag it on with bullshit.
Hey,
Like,
listen, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm just saying where his argument is kind of whack. Like, did he still win? Did I feel like he still won? Yeah. Even though his second round, I don't think his second round was that good.
His argument going further in the scoring system is he conceded that, okay, maybe I should have cut the round,
Yep.
but then give me a 10-8 instead of a 10-9. You know,
yeah.
The judges gave him a 10-7. And so with the way the point system works,
that's
that matters
fucked
more.
That's fucked up.
It should have been
a 10-7 is only supposed to be when you choke like you're like round away, like when you basically don't have a round at all, like only make it 30 seconds in or whatever.
See how it's very kind of like it's kind of did he choke? We're calling that a choke, right?
Well, what I'm saying is that he was saying that basically they don't know exactly how it's being scored, but that their understanding was that you could only get a 10-7 if you basically threw a whole round away. So his argument is like,
is 7 the lowest?
I gave you a round, even if I stumbled, fucked up at the end. I gave you a round. That's a 10-8, not a 10-7.
Right.
Was his biggest argument about it. And because, like I was saying before we went live, because he put this out there, in his contract, he has bonuses tied into making the playoffs, to point totals, whatever the case may be. So something like this, like something as simple as them couple of points, could affect his pocket. So it's not just him being salty about a loss, but it's like
the other shit. Yeah.
I delivered my contractual obligation and I'm getting penalized like I did not. Basically, is what he's saying.
When you're dealing with human beings, it'll never be perfect. Like sometimes I look at it from the perspective of a judge, because I've done judging before, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm sitting over here bullshitting, talking shit about it on Facebook, as opposed to having to get up there and give an explanation, because it's super subjective. Like it's not an easy job at all to do that shit. So
I agree with that, but with that said, I mean, clearly this is a big enough issue that because King of the Dot has said officially the judgment is under review.
Yeah.
And there's like the further issue of like so I think somebody gave Rosie a stumble in the 8, said he stumbled in the second, and they gave him an 8, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't believe he stumbled in the second, and then City clearly stumbled in the second, had a evident flub, and didn't get a point deducted in that round. Or they gave they scored it 9-9 is how they scored it. I don't want to say they gave Rosie an 8. They gave him a 9. So they scored like one of them scored it a 9-9. So they deducted a point for Rosie stumbling, but did not deduct a point for City stumbling, and he like had an issue with that in addition. And then there was also the fact that Mike G called it 3 rounds clear for City. Like there's just a lot of stuff about this particular battle in the judging. You know, judging is not easy, and I think they've consistently been judging battles, and for the most part, they've done a good job. But just like in boxing, there are times when it looks like a pretty egregious miscarriage in the way the judging. And what makes it even crazier is like the whole optics of them announcing Rosenberg as the winner because of the fan vote deciding it. And then coming back later and saying, well, technically he's the loser because his point total from the 3rd round makes him have less points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I didn't see the I think I skipped the judging, and then when I got back on, it was City. It was Lush talking to City pretty much, but
see, I'm not like you know, I have no dog in the fight. I'm not saying who should have won. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm just saying that like I definitely hear where Raw is coming from in the points, the way the points
for sure, especially when they tell you that in the most standard form, 2-1 Raw wins, like that's gonna throw you off. So
for sure.
And you know, the consensus in the battle rap world, it seems to be that Raw won the battle 2-1.
Yeah.
And to be fair, and I'm not trying to like downplay City at all and shit, but in the moment of that battle happening, pretty much everybody that was watching it agreed that it was Raw 2-1. Then all this judging things happened. We wake up a day later, and now I see more and more people saying, "Well, the second's debatable." And
I told you that yesterday.
you did, and I agreed with you. I think people sleep on City's material a lot. I'm just saying that like already it's shifting things and how it's perceived, and so that I get why Raw would be upset. In the moment, everybody's pretty much like, yeah, Raw clearly got that 2-1. City should have turned up sooner than the third. I guess pretty clear. They announced Raw won it 2-1, like got the fan vote decision and shit. And then all of a sudden, 15 minutes later, well, wait, point totals and this and that. Like, I even understand why it happened. I just also understand why Raw would be mad and why there is such like shock and what the fuck from battle rap fans in the community and stuff.
In the world, doesn't the most of the battle rap community does not judge battles with points. It's rounds.
Right.
I can understand why even the fan vote is going to be viewed differently than the judges, because the judges are given like a piece of paper with a chart on it and 10 like we just say he won this round, he fucked up the third, but fuck it, he won the first two. That's how most people judge it. So
well, you know what this kind of does, and it's not the same as like the Big Gerald round, but it lends more credence to the argument that there can be a knockout round in battle rap, a round so good that it slants the battle.
Yeah, even though the Big Gerald one was more of a knockout punch in the end than like
well, you know, people just refer to it as the Big Gerald round. Like,
yeah, City actually used it. I Big Gerald him. Even his third wasn't bad.
Right.
No, what I was gonna say, but this is the opposite, because this isn't so much that City had a Big Gerald moment that was like the knockout blow, as much as it was that apparently in the judges' eyes,
he stayed in the game.
Raw did so bad in the third.
Oh yeah, okay, he did. It was the bad
that it threw the battle in City's favor.
But of course, in City's eyes, I did so good.
But I'm just saying that's literally what the judges said basically.
Oh, they said, like, yeah, I didn't watch the judges.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I haven't watched the battle back yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you watch the battle back, you're not gonna feel like Raw only deserves 7 points for his third round, especially when I've seen worse like chokes and stumbles in this S1 so far, and they haven't gotten 7-point rounds.
Yeah, I didn't think it was I didn't think it was a 7 round. That part of it was.
That's his grievance. He even said, "I don't even care if I take the loss on my record, but
my point should be a little higher."
And this is his point. He was saying like it blurs the line, because his argument is like, regardless, I delivered like exactly what I was supposed to contracted to.
Yeah,
I don't deserve 7 points for that. Like I gave you a full 2-minute round. I fucked up at the end, but you knocking so many points off, now you hurting my money in my contract situation. Was his real gripe. His gripe ain't even about having to eat a loss on his record, technically.
Yeah, because the losses don't mean as much as the points do. So
yeah,
right.
Well, he was even saying like even in the terms of like, fuck where I'm in the standings, like type thing. It's more to me about the contract and the built-in incentives than any of the other aspects.
Yeah, because only one person can win $100,000, so that can't really be everybody's motivation. I mean, that's their motivation, but
hey, I think Raw has a good chance, bro. That's why I don't understand that battle. Like City was cooking too, but Raw does well. Raw does better in small room. Raw has a big stage style that does better in small rooms.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's simple for the big stage, but I think his presence he definitely can command a small room just as well as the lyrical guy, the lyrical lyrical guys.
Lyrical
I've
to
never heard
lyrical.
lyrical. Well, probably because lyrical is not a word, but to lyrical, I mean. But anyways, that segues right into the final battle. Dre Dennis and Danger Zone, which sounded like something that had happened before on the Gates of the Garden or something like that. But that is a brand new, fresh matchup, and it lived up to as good as how good it was supposed to be. I think.
Yeah,
This
Dre went off, man,
Yeah,
and Danger was good too. Let me get
Danger
that
was
out
very
there.
good. He was
Danger
very
was
good.
really good, but
this ties back to the whole contracted round times though, because this was another battle that had a little bit of discussion following it,
yeah,
and the fact that some battlers are adhering strictly to the contracted times, and then other battlers are exceeding that.
And
And
other people know better. Than
to the point that not only are they reviewing the judging of the one battle, but they've said going forward they'll have somebody literally actually keeping the time for all the rest of the battle.
I think at one point they had talked about marking down points for people who went over. I think that was talked about before too.
I think they just need to get a timekeeper. Don't do that. Just time. Just call time on them.
People ask for that, but when it happens, they hate it.
But the rules are the rules. You have to write 2-minute rounds like everybody else
Yep,
in a tournament setting.
Because they always seem like longer rounds than 2 minutes
So
to me.
here's the thing, though, and I don't worry about this with King of the Dot because they're so experienced. But the problem is sometimes you have timekeepers that just hit the clock and then don't do anything. So as a battler, you're 8 bars in, hit a huge haymaker, the crowd reacts for 30, 45 seconds before you can get back to your shit. And now you just got that much of your material cut off because whoever was running the time didn't pause the clock.
But this ain't that setting for that though.
Well, I said that won't. But I don't think it'll happen here anyway. I think if like Lush was keeping time, I think he knows when to pause the clock.
Yeah,
I think he can tell when a crowd reaction requires the clock.
I've watched Lush and I've seen some clocks that.
Well, maybe it's not him because they'll probably have somebody else there anyway. I'm just saying.
In Detroit, I've sat there and watched it on his phone, and he let them rock, man. That shit don't be no 2 minutes and hard cutoff. Like
the thing is, this isn't like at the end of the day, it's not about what battlers want because to me anyway, what I perceive this as is this entire move is to legitimize battle rap more as an actual sport with like records and things that matter and stuff, right? So when you're doing something like that, like having a time, like because you have to picture a scenario, like let's say it's boxing or MMA. Are you gonna let one dude just keep beating on the other dude after the bell rings, like for an additional minute because like you're letting him rock? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if so, regardless how bad,
that's kind of the same. that would be more like cutting one dude off and letting another dude go.
No, it's the same in the sense of if you want to validate this and legitimize it, you have to have things like that shored up so everything looks even playing field. That's why we were having that discussion about the fan vote. I like the fan vote for interaction on who you think won, but I think they'll have a hard time fully validating this if they allow battles to be left up to a fan vote when certain battlers are so much more popular than other battlers. I just think that certain people will never fully respect the legitimacy of it with certain things like uneven time limits, a fan vote being in place. So going forward, I think they know they have to like slowly put more and more structure and a officialness to it. I'm rambling. I'm
yeah,
fine.
I mean, if they still, like you said, you can leave the poll in there for people's opinions, but I think that when you look at it like that, where the fans still have an opportunity to voice what they think, then yeah, why not have 5 judges and just make it that way? Like, I'd be interested to see what their opinion on that is.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I may be retarded, but you don't see URL does the vote, right? But it does not decide the battle, correct? Like they use all judging. to decide the actual winner,
Um,
correct?
was the Nitty? It was the Nitty and Gichi. Didn't that come down to the fan vote? And it was like close, like 50%, 40. I feel
It
like
was so close.
I think the fan vote decide. I mean, they ended up splitting it anyways. But maybe the last tournament, the fans weren't involved. I don't know.
No, what the judges were going to vote on it. They just was going to reveal the van vote because it was so close. They were going to put that out there because it was so close, but it was supposed to be judged.
So there's
But when
five.
he said we don't even need the fan because he's like we splitting it anyway, and then Smack said, well, we don't even need the fans, the judge. We don't even need the judges on this one, and they're gonna split it anyway.
So there was five. There was five judges.
I don't know if it was 5, but it was judges. They were
but that's what they.
So the fan vote mattered or not is what I mean.
No, I mean it mattered. That was the tiebreaker, the fan vote.
So it did decide.
No, they didn't even
No,
go
what
to
I'm
the
saying
judges.
is that it was
Okay,
supposed
well,
to.
regardless of that battle,
It did not decide though. What I'm saying is
these UM battles didn't have a fan vote decide it, correct?
What I'm saying is the vote was so close that they talked about the fan vote out the blue. They didn't do it for any other battle. They were just surprised that it was so close. But it was going to the judges. Before they can go to the judges, Run Nitty said, we're going to split this shit anyway, cuz. And then Smack said, well, we ain't even got to go to the judge.
So it had to be 5 judges because it was not just 3.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. But
so it was 5.
So I don't know.
I got you.
And the time is.
I thought it was 4 judges, and they always had 4 judges. And if they needed a tiebreaker, it went to the.
So the fans did.
To the fans.
So the fans do decide. It doesn't matter.
If need be, yes. If need
I think a lot of times it is 2-2 when it's a close battle. I think it usually is 2-2.
Yeah, but it's very rare when it goes to the judges. I mean, to the fans. So like every now and then it might go to the fans.
I feel like the king of the dot one decide. The fans are always decided.
I mean, the king. I'm talking about with the UM, the UM battles, the tournaments. Yeah. It's a lot of times it's kind of unanimous. Yeah. Like it's only been a couple of close ones where it's been a couple of close ones where they went to the fan vote and the fan vote decided. But most of the time, it's pretty clear with the judges.
But at any rate,
anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. We're going.
Yeah, for sure. All I was saying, we'll wrap it up. I'm just saying, like, and I've seen people like Thesaurus and Bobby Lee and Madflex post about the time limit thing. So, like, it's the competitors themselves. On the other hand, some battlers may want to rock, but some of these other battlers feel like it's not an equal playing field if they're doing what they're contracted to and someone else is doing double the material and stuff. So it's just another thing they got to iron out. What they're doing is great.
Yeah, sure.
But it can also be critiqued and made better collectively.
It's always going to be critiqued.
Culture.
It's always going to be critiqued. And
for sure.
We're always going to say it could be better. So it's not a perfect science. None of it is. Well, that concludes our show. We're getting close to an hour and a half, and it's Monday Night Football. We're gonna let y'all get back to
the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Foster, take us out of here, man.
Foster Child, Team U, ASG, another great show. Subscribe to Hank Nation TV. And ASG. Yeah.
Claxavelli.
You already know. October 9th, Bar Wars title match. A Ward in the building. The return of the legendary Teddy MC. Fire ass OT battles, cash battles. Be there or fuck yourself or something. You know, whatever.
All right. This is June, ASG. Shout out to Hank Nation. Subscribe to Hank Nation TV if you haven't. We got some content dropping today or later on tonight, whatever Hank decides to drop. We're expecting some content to be on there. Subscribe to ASG Radio. And before we get out of here, we got to get Noah on here, man.
Yeah, we definitely got it. We can do it Wednesday. We definitely do it Wednesday.
That battle is coming up Saturday.
Yeah. It was supposed to be this past Saturday,
It's
but they had to
supposed-
reschedule it. But
Yeah,
that's
so-
great because that gives us an opportunity to get Noah on here, hopefully, especially
So-
with better weather out and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get Noah on here. So we're out of here. Thanks for watching.
Ain't shit gang shit.